My sense of place is in a home in a small town located in North Dakota. Cooperstown is an hour and a half away from Fargo. That's where my grandparents live. My grandparents' house is significant to me because it reminds me of good memories, laughter, and delicious food shared with family. The familiar sight of my grandpa sitting in his recliner and my grandma sitting on the couch in the family room each time we arrive. Mornings being waken up by dishes clinking and the aroma of coffee wafting through the air. The morning chatter of my family sitting on the yellow couches in the family room, solving the newspaper's puzzles is a ritual. Looking out the huge bay window in the living room, I see the yard covered in snow as if it were covered with a white blanket. One of my most significant memories at my grandma's house was when we gathered to make lessa. Lessa is a Norwegian round flatbread made of potato-based dough, baked on a griddle and often served with butter and sugar. Sometimes it is rolled and eaten with a meal much like a tortilla. My dad's family is of Norwegian descent. From a very young age I can remember eating grandma's lefse, but in December of 2013 I was fortunate to be able to participate in making it. On a bitter, cold afternoon that December, 3 generations of Dahl women gathered in Grandma's kitchen to prepare the lefse. Having made lefse many times before, Grandma and Aunt Mary were the experts. They supervised me, my sister, and my cousins as we began the process of making lefse. Aunt Mary had cooked the potatoes, riced them, and mixed the dough prior to our arrival, so the dough was chilled and ready for the next step. Our first job was to roll the dough and form it into loaves. After cutting the loaves into 1-inch slices, we rolled each slice into a ball. Using a cloth-covered rolling pin and a pastry board, both sprinkled in flour, we rolled each ball flat, trying our best to make it very thin and round. Once rolled, using a lefse stick, we carefully moved it to a very hot lefse griddle, hoping it didn't rip. Watching it carefully to avoid burning it, it was cooked until bubbles formed and it was browned on both sides. Lastly, the lefse was moved to a damp towel to cool. Of course, the afternoon was not all work and no play. The younger generation enjoyed sprinkling flour on each other and sword fighting with the lefse sticks. What a memorable afternoon. Sharing this afternoon filled with conversation and laughter with my relatives and learning how to prepare a traditional family recipe will be forever etched in my heart. Someday I hope to be able to pass the tradition of making lefse on to my children.